Hello and welcome to this week's Ruby Shoes podcast, delivering the very best local entertainment news across East Anglia each and every week. This week we have a chat with the whole cast of Red Rose Chain's Hamlet before they head off to the forest for some final rehearsals at Sutton Hoo. We meet the founder of Pop Chorus as they rehearse for a rather special Christmas event. And we chat to the director at Magpie Performers in Lowestoft. And we feature a new reviewer for the Ruby Shoes podcast, Margot, who has been out to see the Ipswich Operatic and Dramatic Society performing last week. Plus, as always, a roundup of some of the region's theatre shows you won't want to miss. Suffolk's biggest and best loved outdoor theatre event, Theatre in the Forest, returns to the National Trust Sutton Hoo with a spectacular production of William Shakespeare's Hamlet. This is Hamlet as you've never seen it before, however, with a huge spooky ghost puppet. This heartbreaking story will be coupled expertly with hilarious comedy and promises to be another fantastic night of theatre under the stars. So joining me now is the cast from the Red Rose Chain Theatre Company, who are going to be pulling off this much anticipated piece of theatre from the middle of July. Hello, all of you.
Hello.
Hey, and you're all here. There's so many of you. I've literally got your photographs in front of me. So hopefully I am joined by Vincent. Give me a wave. Hey, there he is right in the middle. Lovely. Georgia.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Georgia's there. Lovely. Emily, of course.
Yeah. Hi, hello.
I can see you. Yeah, you're there. And Matt.
Hello.
Yeah. Alice.
Hi.
Hey, you're up there. Wonderful. And Seb.
Hey.
And is it Ray? Have I pronounced that correctly? Hello, Ray. Lovely. And finally, but no means leastly, Joseph.
Hey.
You. And lots of you. Just nice for our listeners to know. All these people are here with us at the moment. So this is Hamlet. It's going to be in the forest. Very much looking forward to it. I'm going to start with, let me see, Matt, I think, because you get quite a fun but a tricky thing, I should think, because you've got the giant ghost puppet to perform, haven't you, Matt?
Yes, I do. I'm not alone in the puppet, but I'm the middle of the puppet, and people are swapping out as the arms of the puppet.
Yeah, so quite tricky to do that, I should think. I can't wait to see how you're going to pull that off. Is this something that you're quite used to? Are you is this one of your strengths, or have they literally just landed you in the deep end this year and gone?
I mean, hopefully by the time we get to the end of rehearsals, it's a strength. It's in 2022 we did Macbeth, and I played one of the witches who was a giant puppet as well.
I remember.
This puppet is, I think, the biggest puppet Red Rose Chain has ever used. I think.
Yeah,
it's about 4.5 feet tall. And we're just very excited to get him outside and in the forest.
Oh, it's going to be amazing, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see that. So let's talk to Vincent, because you are Hamlet. So it's all kind of centred around you, isn't it? This is quite a dark play. So I'm just thinking it must be quite dark humour. Am I right?
There is some dark humour, and there are also some moments of levity. I think there's a little bit of something for everyone. Well, for whatever reason you'll come, you'll find what you're looking for, I think, genuinely.
Yeah.
There's a bit of everything.
Oh, definitely.
As there always is in these shows.
So I'll throw this out to the group, and then you can decide who answers. Everyone's going to take a step back at this moment. But how much rehearsal time do you get, particularly over at the theatre site itself, in the forest? Because it's one thing doing it in a studio, but then suddenly when you get out there and you've got trees and branches in your way, it's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got slightly longer outside than we have done the last 2 times I've done it. So we've got 2 extra days. So if my maths is correct, we've got 10 full days outside before we open, and then there's still 2 previews before press as well. So we do have a lot longer out there than normal, and I think that is because the puppet is so big that we can't do too much with it here at the Avenue, but also because so much does change when you get out there, because the space is bigger, you're suddenly open to the elements, the music sounds different, some of the comedy doesn't necessarily land, so you end up having to change a lot, and that's the joy, the beauty of it for me, is because I think theatre should be live anyway. That's the best thing about it. So the fact that you are consistently have to change and be really specific about where you're placing things and what you're doing, it's a really exciting thing to be doing.
Oh, Emily, I think you're absolutely right. I'm just thinking of the wind over there as well, because it's quite open, isn't it? You know, one big puppet, you might disappear off, I tell you. I hope not, for your sake. Matt. Hopefully not. But if that does happen, Matt, you've literally got to go build it in, haven't you? You just got to go with it, literally. It will turn into sort of merry.
I'll try my best.
Okay, Ree, what about you? Tell me about your parts.
Oh, I play many parts. I might even have the most characters out of anyone in this show. I'm Rosencrantz, who's very, very funny. He's one of Hamlet's mates. I'm Marcellus, who's one of the guards who first sees the ghost, and he's great. We were doing some guard work recently, actually, and they've become quite a highlight, I think. I'm a very angry priest. I'm an actor playing a very dramatic king. I'm a sailor at one point. I'm a musician. We keep getting new characters. Every time we come in and we work on a scene, we end up with more characters somehow. It's great fun.
Oh my goodness. It's a good job you see that as fun. For me, that sounds quite terrifying. Georgia, Ophelia, tell me about Ophelia and your version of Ophelia.
I think initially I was like, oh, it's quite easy to see her as quite a passive, like things that happen to her. But I think what we've done with Jo is given her a bit more agency, and also not making it such a shock that she suddenly goes mad. So maybe there's, in the earlier scenes, things that she reacts to in a way, or that, just seeing a bit more of her personality. So it's not just like, oh, suddenly she's really crazy, and up to then she was just not really doing much, but taking all this rubbish from male members of her family and from old Ham. So, Hamlet. So it's been interesting to like find a bit more with her. I think there's definitely still a process to go, but I'm hoping it's not going to be kind of like nothing.
No, of course
not. It's not. But yeah, I mean, when Hamlet is done so often, the female characters, there's only two female characters in this play, right? You've got Gertrude and Ophelia, and quite often they're just played as two women that have got no agency, that have no personality, no nothing, and
I'm sure there's another word, but I can't think of it. But yeah,
so things happen to them, but actually, the way that they end up at the end of the play, that's a reaction to what the men in this world are doing to them, and to show it's our job to show that it's not for want of them trying. I think is what we're doing, is that they are trying to have their opinion, they're trying to have their way and their thoughts, but they can't because of the society that they're in. You're welcome. Yes, exactly that. What she said.
What she said, basically.
yes.
And Alice, I want to ask you, Polonius and Gravedigger as well. Are they quite different characters to play?
They are, I guess. They're both, I think there's definitely elements of both of them in common that I enjoy, that they both have the opportunity to be quite funny. So I'm definitely sort of very much enjoying that this year. But they're very, very different people. I think, it's interesting, what you were just saying about Ophelia there, Georgia, that like, I think Polonius is Ophelia's dad is someone who's quite responsible, I suppose, for how Ophelia's treated. So it's been interesting, getting into that relationship, and sort of Polonius as kind of a male character who does sort of put down a lot of the people around him, whereas the Gravedigger is a much more laid back kind of person. So they're quite different. Which is always a fun challenge, but they're definitely, hopefully, both quite entertaining characters.
Okay, well, Seb, we're really looking forward to seeing it. Tell me, how much fun is it to work with this group of people? Because you always seem to be having so much fun when we, the audience, sit back and just enjoy it. I know it's hard work, but is it really that much fun?
Oh, well, I love it.
I mean, the company's been on my radar for a few years, but to finally be here and be doing it, we go out to the forest this week, so it's going to be exciting doing it in the space.
Well,
and it's always so fun when the audience get in as well. Like we're having a lovely time amongst ourselves in here, and then suddenly once the show starts, the theatre and the forest audiences are always so great at that, of like bringing so much fun to it as well, that it's a really lovely audience to have, that you don't feel like you have to sort of work really hard to get the fun out of it. They just turn up with the fun ready to go, and then we do the same, and everyone has a great time.
You are absolutely right, definitely, Ailey. So the audience really, really look forward to it genuinely, and they absolutely buy into everything you're doing. So for the two of you, as you say, that are new this year, don't worry at all, because you're in safe hands, not only with the cast, but with an audience that absolutely love Red Rose Theatre and everything that you do. All I can say is we are very much looking forward to seeing it for the Ruby Shoes podcast. Keep practicing, and good luck with the ghost, and I'll pray that the wind doesn't take you away.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
To reserve your tickets for Red Rose Theatre Chain in the Forest, which opens from the 23rd of July through to the 23rd of August, go to redrosechain.com. No matter where you're from, what your situation, if you love theatre, Magpie Performers will always have a space for you. Together they strive to create an environment where all who love theatre can come together, whether on stage or off stage. And the Magpie Performers are putting on their first play this month, Alice in Wonderland, and it's been written by one of their members. And I'm absolutely delighted that Bridie, the director, joins us now. Bridie, I'm so excited to find out about this. And is this the first time that you've written and directed a play yourself, or have you got experience with this?
So a straight play, yes. I've written a couple of pantomimes and musical style things, which Magpie have done, but this is our first just straight solid play. So definitely was a lot scarier when you didn't have like songs to back you up to fill those awkward pauses. So, but no, it's definitely been a challenge, but a real fun experience to do so.
Oh, well done to you. I can't think of anything more stressful personally, but you look very fun. So it's obviously agreeing with you, Bridie.
Thank you. I think we're doing okay.
How does your version of Alice in Wonderland compare to the original version that we all know and love?
The main kind of theme that runs through it is this idea of self-identity and finding yourself in the madness of the world around you, finding out who you are amongst it all, which conveniently I think quite resonates with a few people in today's society with everything going on in the world.
Oh, very much so. And I think that kind of works very well with the organisation that you are, because Magpie Performers, you will literally take anybody, regardless of experience. You just, if someone wants to come along and be part of a theatre show, you will accept them. There's no kind of audition and, you haven't got us in this time, because there's always a place for someone, isn't there? Even if it's backstage or it's helping, or, even if it's, front stage and doing everything, there's always a place for them with Magpie Performers. And that's quite unusual and lovely and inclusive as well, isn't it? So your story probably fits in very well with that, I should think, and the people performing it as well.
Yeah, and I think it's been really lovely to have the cast and kind of see on their faces and the crew of people involved. You can see the story and the characters they're bringing to life, how it is resonating with them. And as you say, that gives them that option to grow in a world that will potentially just shut that idea down to them. It's the craziness of it all. Now allowing them to have that opportunity it's been fantastic.
Well done you. Tell me a bit about the cast. How big is it? How many people are you having to corral at the moment?
So we've currently got a cast of about 25. I say about 25 because there is about that number of people. But whereas we haven't got all just straight performers on the stage, our Cheshire Cat, for example, is actually a giant puppet. So being manned by several people, which is fantastic, rather than the one actor. We've got the one voiceover for it, while the puppet comes to life on stage in bright neon lights and other little bits and trinkets like that. So yeah, it's a decent sized cast, but they're all taken to it very well.
And it's quite an undertaking, isn't it? Because it's not just directing. You must have some very talented people there with costumes, with puppet making, set making, all these sort of things. So there's lots of things that people can get involved with, and it's obviously all coming together. How are the rehearsals at the moment?
Yeah, really well, which I probably shouldn't say, but it's kind of worrying that everything's going so smoothly at this point. But no, the cast have been absolutely fantastic, and say all the crew backstage, everything's just worked seamlessly. I think it's because the craziness is happening on the stage, that everything behind the scenes, everyone's just taken to it so well and working really hard and coming to each week with rehearsals with that new confidence, that new growth, that new understanding, and where you've seen that they're very much taken on the previous week's notes on board and just developed those characters and that silliness and that funness further. So yeah, it's looking to be a very brilliant show I can't fault them. It's amazing.
Oh, wonderful. Well, as I said, it's all on from Thursday the 24th through to Saturday the 26th of July. There's evening and matinee performances. How can people get hold of tickets, Bridie?
So if you check out the Eastern Angles website, or Sir John Mills as they used to be known, or you can check out our website, which is just magpieperformers.co.uk. There's a big button on there that will send you to the right websites, all the right phone numbers to get in touch, and everything is from there.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you all the very best with it. And I'm sure if people want to find out more about Magpie Performers, you might have inspired some people today to think, oh, I'd like to get involved in that. I've always fancied doing something on the stage. They can find out details via the website as well, magpieperformers.co.uk, yes?
Yep, all the details are on there, and say we've only got a couple of weeks until Alice in Wonderland, and then we jump straight into getting ready for Panto with our Jack and the Beanstalk production for the Panto. So yeah, if people want to get involved, now is the perfect time to get in touch to see what we can do.
Oh, Bridie, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much. Send my good wishes to the whole cast and break a leg, all of you, won't you?
Will do. Thank you so much.
Pop Chorus will be performing for Cancer Support Suffolk in December at their Christmas afternoon tea on Wednesday the 10th of December. Why are we talking about it in July? Well, the tickets have just gone on sale and I managed to catch up with Pop Chorus before they headed off for a well-earned summer break. So this morning I'm in Trimley St Mary. You can hear a lot of hubbub in the background, I hope. That's because I'm here with the Pop Chorus and I'm going to be talking to them about a really special event that they're practicing for. There's lots of fun and laughter in the air. This looks like a really great place to be. I'm going to find out more about Pop Chorus and also about this very special event that they've got coming up. And I'm going to be talking to the director and founder of Pop Chorus, that's Eula Andrews. Eula, you're the founder and director of Pop Chorus. Started off with about 7 people back in 2012, am I right?
That's right, yes.
And now tell me how many members you've got.
Oh my goodness, we're about 430 members in 7 choirs around Suffolk. It's grown really organically. We haven't gone out looking to massively expand, but as people have heard about us and told their friends, we've just gradually grown and grown to this beautiful family that we are now.
And you can hear that beautiful family. They're so excited. This is a rehearsal and they are literally as though they're about to do Wembley.
I know, it's like this every week though. People come early, they see their friends, they get a cup of tea, they help put the chairs out, and it's just a real social occasion. It's so much more than the singing and the music.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Now, we're talking to you today because you're going to be part of the performance for the afternoon tea, a Christmas afternoon tea for Cancer Support Suffolk. We're talking about it on the hottest day of the year, but it's because the tickets have just gone on sale. So why did you want to support Cancer Support Suffolk?
Because I think that the work you do is fantastic and so valuable and touches so many lives. That's what we like in Pop Chorus. We like working with charities that support people locally, that make an impact on us. And there isn't a person in the choir who hasn't been affected somehow by cancer. And so this is absolutely vital work and we'd love to support you.
Wonderful. Well, we're really pleased to hear that. And I'm personally looking forward to seeing you all perform. We're going to hear a little bit in a minute of perhaps something that you might do at Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll see. That'll seem so strange singing it now. I've literally got the sun beating down on my head. Just one other question about Pop Chorus. If people are interested, are you still looking for members or are you full to bursting now?
Some of the groups are full, but we can usually squeeze somebody in. We've got a really big choir in Ipswich on a Wednesday night at Northgate High School, which has always got room in it. But a lot of the choirs have spaces, so you can just go on our website, popchorus.co.uk, and look to join there.
Wonderful. Eula, it's been a pleasure to talk to you today.
And
thank you so much. And thank you for supporting Cancer Support Suffolk.
Always a joy. Thank you.
Now it's time to feature a new reviewer for the Ruby Shoes podcast. This is Margot Ann. She went along with her two friends Caroline and Kevin to see what Ipswich Operatic and Dramatic Society made of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert last week at the New Wolsey Theatre.
Oh my days, we have just spent Saturday afternoon reliving the 80s in a wonderful journey of music and song. Where were we? We were watching Priscilla, Queen of the Desert at the Wolsey Theatre, and it was performed by the Ipswich Operatic Dramatic Society. This performance was amazing, and it equalled anything that I have seen before on the West End. Right from the first note to the very last one, we were there with them travelling across the Australian desert in a clapped-out bus. The three queens were played by amazingly talented actors who had us gasping at the height of their heels that they were dancing and prancing in. The three divas, who were the main support singers, were flawless with all their renditions and all had an amazing range of vocals. A special mention goes to the opera singer who made us feel we were at Covent Garden at one point. We laughed, we cried, we clapped, we sang. I did not want it to end, and I would gladly have sat through another performance. Well done to all the cast and crew, and I'm now looking forward to We Will Rock You next year. This was a 10 out of 10 and a gold star performance. Thank you.
And if you'd like to be a guest reviewer for the Ruby Shoes podcast, get in touch with us via our socials at Ruby Shoes Podcast, and we might be hearing from you in a future episode.
What's on across Suffolk with Stephanie McIntyre, sponsored by Ruby Shoes Podcast, your weekly entertainment news podcast, available from your smart speaker, Apple, Spotify, or you just follow Ruby Shoes Podcast on Facebook and click on the weekly podcast link to listen.
There's a host of great shows on offer across Suffolk's magnificent theatres, and here's just a selection to tempt you. Friday the 18th of July at the Spa Pavilion Theatre in Felixstowe from 7:30pm. Are you ready to step into a world of timeless humour, uproarious laughter and wit? Look no further. Mike Osmond, the brilliant comedian and close friend of the legendary Jethro, invites you to an extraordinary tribute show that will transport you back to the golden era of comedy. For tickets and information, go to spapavilion.uk. Also on Friday the 18th, this time at the Haverhill Arts Centre. Since his first UK comedy gig 21 years ago, Georgia-born Reginald D. Hunter's searingly honest observations, both on stage and on TV and radio, have garnered him a cross-generational fan base. During that time, he's become one of the comedy industry's best-known performers for his distinctive take on the most diverse range of subjects. Sometimes controversial, always hilarious, the only place to experience Reg at his best is the live stage. Go to haverhillartcentre.co.uk. The Masters of Swing will be at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft also on Friday the 18th of July. Catch them if you can at 7:30pm at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. For your tickets, go to theseagull.co.uk. At Thorrington Outdoor Theatre on Saturday the 19th of July, Starboard Home, an evening of sea shanties and songs presented by the Silver Darlings. To find out about this show and all of the outdoor theatre performances this summer, go to thorringtontheatre.co.uk. And finally, a reminder that Southwold and Aldeburgh summer season of Theatre by the Sea opens on Monday the 21st of July and runs right through until Saturday the 30th of August. They open in Aldeburgh with, on Monday the 21st, See How They Run by Philip King, the ultimate VE Day farce. And next week we're at Felixstowe Museum finding out about a brand new exhibition. Michael Ball pops in for a chat ahead of his concert with Alfie Boe in Newmarket in August, and we find out about a Suffolk village whose very traditional annual fete is over 50 years old. Don't forget, you can always get in touch with us via our Facebook page. We're at Ruby Shoes Podcast. We love to hear about your forthcoming plays, your comedy nights, or any kind of show, festival, or event in East Anglia you'd like everyone to know about. Tell us so we can tell everybody else. And remember, you can always listen again to any of the Ruby Shoes podcasts via Apple or Spotify, or just simply click on the weekly podcast links on our Facebook page. Follow us there too for all the latest entertainment news where you are. I'm Steph McIntyre. Thanks for listening, and we'll chat about more live theatre and all kinds of entertainment next week. In the meantime, check out those socials. At Ruby Shoes Podcast, we're on Twitter or X, Facebook and Instagram. We'd love you to follow us there too, and make sure you have a great week.